It's time to dad.
Yeah, we're gonna do an intro.
We're gonna do an intro. Yeah, that's how that happens.
And then we'll intro you. All right.
Okay.
I'm recording. Whenever you're
So,
ready.
cheers from Burger King in Pittsburgh, Massachusetts.
No, not yet.
I'm enjoying.
Now let's just go with that.
over here.
All right, guys, welcome back to Time to Dad. I am Jason. I am joined by a couple OGs here. I got Alex. I got Nick. And Newbie, my friend, actually, he's my colleague as well. But
I'm a virgin podcaster.
Dale,
That's right.
That's right. This is
my
Dale's
cherry,
podcast, and this is a show where we talk about being a dad issues. If you want to learn more about this podcast, like and subscribe. But I'm gonna turn the floor over before he just rips the floor out from under me to Dale. Dale, tell us about yourself. Tell us when and how you became a dad, and what it's like, because you have older kids than I think anybody else on the show.
Yeah, I became a dad February 21st, 2006. So it's been 18 years and some months now. So that's when I became a dad. Leading up to become a dad, I guess, boy meet girl, and then, one thing leads to another, and,
Alex loves it.
the rose petals on the bed, and
Yes.
the hot tub, and the honeymoon, and the wedding rings, and all that. And, I had a child. I had a wonderful son who's now a little over 18 years old. He's doing really great.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, that was my first introduction to being a dad, and then my second introduction was May 18th of 2008. So I have two boys, 18 and
Nice.
soon to be 16.
Nice.
So they're up in age. I know Jason has younger boys, so I'm not sure how old you're.
Alex, Dale wanted to be a dad so bad he learned to speak Spanish.
Dude, that's some commitment, bud. That's some commitment.
That's the language of love. Right
But he
there.
does
You
not
have
celebrate
dads.
your weird extra Spanish Christmas that you
Hey,
do.
you leave me alone, okay?
So,
I love it.
Oh,
Christmas celebrations. Let's just say, call it that.
what are we calling it? Yo, that is a liter of cola, sir. I didn't see you drink that earlier. That thing's
I
massive.
I told you I was going to grab a cerveza, dog.
It's a goddamn liter of cola. Well, shit. I was expecting like a can of beer, not a Oktoberfest
A
pint.
fucking Stein over here, dude.
That's a man's mug.
Mhm. So
The boys,
good story about that. Dale and I had to go to Boston last night to deliver a car, and the customer kind of stepped in it a bit because he's like, "Hey, you guys, I really appreciate you delivered a car at night to Boston off the clock. I want to give you a tip and buy you a drink." So Dale and I, being the salesman that we were like, "Okay, you want to buy us one drink?" We took him to the Yard House, and we had him buy us. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Yard House, but they will give you a yard of beer. And so they filled out this giant. So I got a picture of it. I'll put it on the Facebook group. But yeah,
Nice.
don't offer a salesman a free drink, because we will take advantage of that.
We'll get the biggest one that they have. It's gonna, at
If
least
the
be-
nachos are stuck together, it counts
That's
as one
one
nacho.
Oh yeah.
oh man, that's awesome. I think I would
great.
die if I drank a whole yard worth of beer. I think
And
I
then
would
they
die.
declined to sign the paperwork.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the cash was already in hand, right? Yeah. Jason took the money up
Nice.
front.
It was cash
Deal.
Smart.
Cash
Crosby.
Money Records.
Yeah.
Cash Crosby. I don't know if we're supposed to say our last name on the show. That was what they used to call me at my other dealership when I worked there. But Cash and then my last name, which if you caught it earlier, Silva. It's going away forever. I didn't say that. So Silva, Dale, we've talked
my
about
God.
Silva.
I haven't engaged in the Silva method, so I'm into it. I'll do anything. I'll try.
Alex
Hey,
has Seth.
I
true.
checked the last episode mentioned, and that episode came out flawless. So
It was
somehow
pretty
we
good.
just got effed on the previous episode where we lost half the audio.
I talked all about Silva, Dale. I told the whole story. I gave the secret away, and then suddenly out of nowhere. Like it doesn't usually the shows come out fine. Nick can attest to that. That episode just got totally trashed.
Yeah.
We couldn't. There
The
was no
first
audio.
half of the episode, which was all about the Silva method, just
Silva.
their
nice.
audio was gone, but mine was fine. So nothing Jason said about it came through. The video was fine, but the audio was just non-existent. And everything was set up right, and then it suddenly came back halfway, like almost exactly halfway through the episode. It was super weird.
Don't let the cat out of the bag. Can't do it.
Can't. They thought you were sharing like industry secrets or something. Shut us down.
Mhm.
Yeah, you never know. It just starts with a few people. How many viewers do we have tonight so far? We have maybe. Do we see how many people are?
Yeah,
Well,
we're not
0.
live, Dale.
Not
We're
live. Okay, so we're just recording right now. Okay.
One day, baby steps.
So
Honestly, Dale,
sick.
we'll drop the day and time, and there'll be people there.
Honestly, Dale, the marketing team at this podcast and at the dealership are about the same quality.
Yeah.
We're sharing at about
What are you
the
trying
same
to
pace.
say?
They just call you out, Nick.
You don't
Just
know.
call you out.
Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing, Nick. Maybe
I
we
don't
really get our shit
know.
together.
Put a
We get
little
our shit
fire
together
under
at the
your butt.
dealership.
My spidey senses are going crazy.
Well, I'll put it this way, Nick. You are
Danger, Will Robinson.
You're speaking to and looking at the head of the marketing department at our
Oh,
dealership.
well, shit. You're going to
that
need to
might
step
tell
up
you.
your head of Time to Dad marketing department.
Cheap
Man,
cheap
I got
bottle
enough.
washer, right?
I got to
Yep.
sell 20 cars, do the Facebook
Yes.
market, do marketing for the podcast. All right. Tell me I
You
can't
can do it.
I dare
can't
you.
do
Tell
it.
me I can't.
Not
No,
without
tell
the
me I
Silva
can't.
method.
Tell me I can't. I fucking love it.
Who else is in freaking monsoon season right now? I feel like I live in friggin' Seattle with the amount of rain we've been getting.
It was very nice here. It was a
Oh.
nice day.
Nah, it's been shit. Had
Wasn't.
so many T-ball games rescheduled. My grass looks like a friggin' jungle. And I usually have like the nicest, well-kept lawn on the block.
Yeah, so T-ball, they just now the dads are out there when they are like in every position. Like, how do you position the dads? Well, like those T-ball.
So we have two head coaches. Well, a head coach and a second coach, and then me and this other kid, Alex, his dad. We assist coach. I guess we're assistant coach. I don't know what we are. I don't think we're official. But anyway, you're only allowed to have coaches at first and third base, whether you're in the field or you're batting. It's tough. And we've got a pretty cool umpire that's a regular, and he'll, like, if a kid's really just confused to hell and back, he'll let you run out on the field and give him a quick, like, chatting with or whatever. But yeah, for the most part, you can't go on the field, and you got to stay outside in foul territory on first or third. So it's kind of a shit show, but it's kind of fun to watch. I mean, it gives me a good laugh, when he has games, and it's fun to watch, and the kids get excited, and it's hilarious when a kid hits the ball and they chase the ball that they just hit all the way out into the outfield and then get called out. It's just, and I don't think we have any 6-year-olds. We have some older 5-year-olds on our team, but I think you can play T-ball from 4 to 6 in this league. So we have a wide range of kids that this is their first year, like my son, and then we've also got some kids that have been playing for a couple seasons that are pretty damn good. So, but it's a shit show anyway. Even the good kids at times are out there like throwing dirt clods at each other and not paying attention. Luckily, nobody's taken a beanball to the head yet or anything like that.
Nice.
But
How long do these games go on? Like 7 hours?
so his
How many out?
6:30 to 7:45. So you play till 3 outs or until each team bats twice. And there's a maximum allowed per at bat of 5 runs. So if you score 5 runs before they get 3 outs, then you just switch and they bat. And you basically do that twice. Yeah. So, but I mean, you got to imagine it takes a while to tell the kids what position they're playing and for them to get out there. It takes a while for the kid to find their damn helmet and go up to bat. So it eats up some time, but yeah, you can only score 5 runs. So a lot of the games, like where the teams are, okay, have a good spread of kids, they usually end in a tie because both teams score 5 runs each time. So, but it's been fun. Emerson likes it. I try not to pressure him, and always make it fun. I always tell him I'm proud of him, even if he absolutely sucked.
But if the team loses, are there like participation trophies that are offered, or is it strictly like somebody won, somebody lost?
So the way I understand it is the first place team at the end of the season gets a trophy, and second and third place teams get a medal. I don't think there's any general participation. Participation trophy.
How many teams are there? There's
I think there's at least 6. There might be 7.
Okay. So obviously,
no, it's got to be an even number. There's either 6 or 8. So there'll be teams that don't get anything. Yeah.
Oh, so. Oh.
I mean, maybe the coaches do something for them, like on their own, but I know the league doesn't do anything.
Right. All right.
I feel like Joel and James are going to be pissed that this was the participation trophy episode and they missed it. I feel like
we can revisit
it. I get it. Bit on that.
I get it at the T-ball level. It's the participation trophies that like when you've got a kid that's like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old that just gets a trophy for coming out. That's when it bothers me because that's when you definitely know the difference between winning and losing. And that's when you really start to develop a sense of how life just kind of is and everything. I don't think at that level, everything should be handed to you. But I think it's okay at the T-ball level because, I mean, let's be honest, like baseball is kind of like a dying sport. Like all the rule changes because people aren't going to games anymore because they're so long. So anything they can do to at least get a young kid started, and I'm talking like the 3 to 6 year old range, I'm all about that. But
I mean, it's an accomplishment. They're like 5 to 7. You said 4 to 6, right?
I think you can play in this T-ball group up to 6.
At 4 years old, like getting them to the field, having them play the majority of the games, like getting them to stand at least in the vicinity of the field, like they deserve a trophy at 4.
It's
like
tough,
just
man.
The organized part of like they're doing something. That is an accomplishment for a 4-year-old. Like that's why I think they do it. It's not just to make them feel like everything's you get rewarded. Like rewarding, it works. Positive reinforcement works. Like I think there's an age limit, but still,
I didn't get rewarded when I was on Little League. When I was like 7, 8 years old, we were on the Brewers. We were like the 26th team out of like all of like Chelmsford, Massachusetts. We were the worst. We won like 1 game out of like 20. We were not good.
I remember getting them in elementary, like through elementary school baseball. But after that, like you stopped getting them.
I actually hit it, I just couldn't hit it.
Yeah.
But if I ever got a hold of it, I was the kid. I was going far.
There's other weird ass rules too. Like they don't want you tagging the kid. Like I think it was our second or third game, our first baseman caught like a hopper and ran over and like basically like tagged the kid with his glove. Like we'd been coaching him. Shoot. And the ump's like, no, this kid's safe. And we were just, all the coaches on our team were just kind of staring at each other like, what the fuck?
But like some of the dads go like nuts out there. They're like Jimmy was safe. And like they
not yet, right?
No dads out there just get like livid. Like he was safe.
I mean, every now and again at first base, I'll like catch a mom, like drop some shit.
Right.
But she's not like yelling it so the whole damn field can hear. It's just that I was over there, so I could.
I don't know. That's what I heard. I don't know. I've never been.
When you get into like when your kids get older, it's. I mean, you still see all those. You see people getting stabbed at games and fist fights and shit, and and you see umpires just walk out of the game and call the game because they're tired of being fucking heckled by parents.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it gets real.
You get upset, Jimmy's out there and like some kids like purposely like beans him off the back of his head or something.
My mom was sitting we were home team and we were on the first base side, and one of our kids got up, got a hit, got on first, and the kid playing first base is like standing right in the path to second, and my mom's like, just run through him. And I just kind of look at my mom. I'm like, Mom, it's T-ball. Like, take it down a level.
Ladle the whistle.
Yeah.
Get him out of the game.
It's bad though. I've been like, since I've been Googling like T-ball drills for kids and shit, my entire Facebook feed of reels is now like baseball related. And it's all like parents heckling like umpires and kids getting thrown out of games for running people over and shit like that.
I think I sold a car to somebody. He was an umpire for college softball. He was telling me something about, he said he only did college because he said like the younger kids were like the moms and dads were like, just, I don't know, just go freaking ape shit out there. He got himself in that. He just couldn't handle the drama, you know?
Yeah.
So, went to like a more professional level.
Well, I think wasn't it last episode we talked about
coaching college female softball, but I don't know.
Yeah. Wasn't it one of the last episodes we actually talked about like the percentage chance that your child is actually gonna like make a pro team or even make a college scholarship team? It's like ridiculously small, and it's like, I mean, if your kid's like a basketball player, it's an even smaller chance. And
right.
I just don't like a lot of the reels that pop up are like travel ball parents and the shit they go through. And one of the guys I work with, his kid does like a travel ball league. I think it's for soccer though. And the amount of money those parents spend on equipment and the fees and the travel and the hotels. And I'm just like, what the hell for?
Right.
And the most common justification is they're like, oh, well, we use it kind of like our vacation time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but you're not vacationing. You're fucking rushing around trying to get to games. Make sure you have all your shit together.
Yeah.
That's not vacation.
Right.
I had a thought though. So Nick says, he's like, oh, that baseball is dying, and that's true. Like it is a slow sport. But think about the dichotomy from a 4-year-old, like getting your 4-year-olds, your 5-year-olds into either sport. So I'm going to compare like baseball and football. So like football is, despite being, endlessly entertaining and popular, football is dying because you don't want your 6-year-old to play it, your 8-year-old, even like at a certain, because they're hitting each other in the head constantly. And it's become like a barbaric sport. And then baseball is dying.
Dude, but has it
fucking boring and takes too long, but it's actually safe. Like it's a safe sport for them to pass time with, right?
What you got, Alex?
If you compare original football versus football now, the technology with padding, helmets, it's advanced a lot. I think kids have a safer experience now than other people had before. That's my input.
Alex, I mean, maybe it's a conspiracy wormhole in some way, but what else is fucking new? But like, so the theory, I mean, it's not a theory, but like the physics of getting a concussion has nothing to do with a helmet, because what a concussion is, and if you look and you like the physics of a woodpecker's brain, there's a sponge material like the inside of a helmet between the woodpecker's beak and his skull and his brain. His brain, skull, so when he actually hits his head up against the tree, his brain is built to withstand.
This is why I love
our
you.
brains don't
Who
have
the fuck
that.
else knows this?
Our brain
use for helmets.
No. You
get
can't.
scientific on this.
You can't put anything inside the skull.
Don't talk
man.
about my woodpecker like that, okay?
Elon Musk. He might figure out a way.
A concussion occurs when your brain hits the inside of your skull.
Okay.
So no matter what helmet you're wearing, you can't protect the brain from jostling in the liquid in the skull against the sides of the skull when you're hitting something at a high enough force. And every snap is the equivalent of about a 35-mile-per-hour car crash, your head hitting a windshield.
You shouldn't lead with your head, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you played football.
Sure. You don't think I played football? Of course I played
I don't
football.
believe you.
I don't know. I just see
35.
the videos.
Everyone played football when I was a kid.
Did you do Bull in the Ring, Alex?
I don't think so.
Where, like, there's a ring of players and the coach drops the ball to you and then he'll call out a number and you basically have to spin, find out what number was called, and then they run at you and you hold on to the ball.
And you hit them.
Yeah.
We
did that shit all the time.
We just had
Oklahoma drill.
somebody.
You lay head to head, and then you both have to jump up and run.
Yeah,
at
coach
each
drops
other,
the ball to somebody, and whoever gets it's got to run past the other guy before they get the shit knocked out of them. Yeah,
and sometimes
I hated that
Alex,
drill, but
and I love football, man. I don't enjoy what I'm saying.
I hear
world.
you, but I think you're talking about the extreme. I think you're referencing CTE other than more, which is severely greater than a concussion.
Look, when I stopped playing, when I stopped playing, it was because I realized, like, I am no longer. My size does not want me to play this sport anymore.
Yeah,
I had a little bit of height on me, but I definitely was not tall enough, and I definitely was not a heavy enough, big enough kid to play football. And I recognize that myself. My parents never took me out. I just hit that point in playing football where I realized that, like, I did not want to get the shit crushed out of me. So I just stopped. And that's when I went to wrestling, where it's a level playing field, right? I'm not wrestling some 225-pound dude. I'm wrestling another 112, 119-pound guy in high school, right? And if you kudos to a kid if they can see those other monsters on the field and they're a smaller guy like me and they want to stick it out and still play, like, good for them. But that's when it becomes dangerous, right? When you have people that are not they may have the talent, they may be good at what they do, but they just don't have the size. And I think that's where you see a lot of the injuries, is when an undersized kid kind of pushes it too far in how long they play the sport.
That's when you
not to say you don't see little kids getting hurt, but a lot of that's just technique issues, and then they're not developed enough to understand the mechanics of playing it, right? They're just running around the field, smacking into each other and tripping over each other. So, but I totally agree with you. There's a lot of parents, and I hear it a lot of dads wanting to get their kids into something like football or hockey, and they're like, the wife won't let me do it because she thinks it's too dangerous.
You should really be getting them into, like, home remodeling, trades, right? What was that South Park episode where, like,
man.
everybody's like looking for, like, a plumber. Like, everybody's like, I have a liberal arts degree, I have a computer engineering degree. Like, can you fix my closet door? I can't. Nobody knows how to, like, fix a closet door. Nobody's how to, like, install a kitchen faucet.
The beauty.
I want
trades.
Yeah, but now you can just go on YouTube,
bro.
Rather than hiring a mechanic, rather than hiring a plumber. Sometimes the stuff isn't as hard as you think.
There's a lot of people that don't even have
you gotta.
Wherewithal
I call it being handy, right? Like. Right. You can watch a YouTube video all day on how to change oil, but if you don't know how to use a fucking wrench, if you don't know at least some sort of way around a car, you're not going to get it done.
Right. Yeah. You can watch the
video. YouTube. YouTube's fine, but fuck YouTube. You got to do it with your hands like 10 times. You got to fail 7 of the times. Then you figure out how to fucking do something.
I watched Jason put shit together. He's good. I think he practices blindfolded,
I have to interject one more time because I've spent years as a professional mechanic working on a wide variety of cars. Sometimes one car is not built the same as the other. And I look at a video on YouTube and I'm like, dude, I've attacked this from every angle I can think possible. Let me see if somebody else has dealt with this situation. and I skip past the parts that I've already gone past, and I start where I'm stuck, and I'm like, okay, this is the piece that I didn't know how to, because I've never done it, and I don't know. It needs a little bit of push, and that part will come out. It's
the solution. Buy a Hyundai. They give you motors for life, as long as you're under 100,000.
Yeah, you may need 10 of them, but they give you motors for life.
Does not affect the resale value. Although the customers
does that warranty transfer?
Yeah. We'll give it,
no, when we certify that fucker at Hyundai,
right? But if I sell it to Bob's kid down the road, no warranty. Bob's kid better hope you just blew the motor 5 months before you sold it.
Walking home.
Fuck you, Bob's kid.
No, Bob's kid's
give
walking.
It back to Hyundai.
AAA.
That shit.
No, but
this is not going to turn into a Hyundai ad, guys. This is terrible.
I'll
Hyundai
say
Hyundai ads are terrible. Dale and I know. Dale and I sell them. They're terrible.
They're gems.
But they got a great warranty, man, and that's peace of mind.
Yes.
No question. I mean, it may not get you to your Florida vacation, but at least you'll get a new motor at some point.
Side assistance will put you in a hotel.
I gotta have confidence that I can get from A to B. I don't want my family broken down in freezing weather, being like, well, at least we're not paying for the new motor.
You're good for 100,000. At 101,000, it gets a little dicey. So you definitely want to buy the extended warranty.
No. But I was gonna say, like, what?
Shame.
Do it. What?
Shame.
Who are you shaming? Why are you shaming me?
It's turning into a Hyundai ad. Dale and Jason are coming in hard.
I'll just mute him. What, Jason?
Go ahead, buddy.
You said my name like you were going to ask me something.
Oh, no, Nick. I wanted to ask.
In 16 years, would you buy
I'll lease the fuck out of a Hyundai for my son.
You lease a Hyundai for your son.
I don't buy anything because they all fucking suck. All right? I would buy a Japanese brand that starts with a T and ends with an A, but they took me through the ringer, and I don't talk about them on this podcast anymore. that was then, and this is now. All right, Alex knows, but no, Nick. So I mean, there's the purchase price, and there's the cost of ownership, my friend. And those are.
I hate to agree. You kind of have to.
I kind of like when shit breaks occasionally. Not big shit, but little shit.
So does Hyundai.
I get to get my hands dirty.
Hyundai loves when shit breaks occasionally, but it's under warranty.
Right now, I hate both of you.
It's fucking terrible.
Alex, we're literally
but what I was gonna say is, you gotta have. You can't just watch a YouTube and just start getting shit done. To this day, God rest his soul, I praise my dad for like teaching me how to use my goddamn hands. My dad was, he didn't work on cars, but he was a hard worker. He didn't mind getting dirty. He knew general construction stuff, and he shared that shit with me. If I had to venture a guess, all the renovation work we've done, if we had paid a contractor, we'd probably be upwards of $80,000 for what we've done in our house. Oh, wow. And we've maybe paid out of pocket maybe $15,000, and I've done the majority of it with some help from my wife. But the problem is, you get people that join like these woodworking, what is it called? It's like I'm new to woodworking Facebook group. And so people get on there and post their shit.
Facebook group is
and all it is, but it's not, because what the fuck's all it is these woodworkers. No, it's these woodworkers that get in there with their fucking chest puffed out, and they're like, "Well, yeah, that's fucking wrong, and this looks like shit," and people get pissed and they just leave. They leave the hobby, and it's like that. It doesn't matter if you're in a fucking Dodge Durango group.
Worked with, Yeah.
Usually the exactly.
Never even did it.
All the asshats join that group. Yeah, just to fucking troll
all
people.
Kinds of groups.
Yeah.
What I was going to say
it's the same shit in the dad group.
What I was trying.
God damn it! You need to talk with more authority, sir. You're like, excuse me, can I get a word in?
I'm trying to be polite, son of a gun. What I'm trying to say,
we don't do polite here.
Facebook groups are turning into like blogs or forums.
Fuck
If you remember from back in the day, that's what it's turning into.
Yeah, man.
And to
I
be
still
honest,
join for 'em.
and to be honest, I welcome it because that part of the internet hasn't changed. That part where you have niche groups of people that are these very oddball clubs or topics that they like. Like they're keeping that format alive. Like I enjoy like Facebook
Alex is
groups
in
for
the
that
kinky
reason.
groups.
No, I'm actually in the dad group that we met at. Our dad group.
Dude, Dad.
No,
I'm in so many groups.
I can't remember. Was it Dude Dad? I think it was Dude Dad.
Or is it Dad's Truly Uncensored?
No, I didn't. I wasn't on that one.
That one gets
Can I
raunchy
get
at
in
times.
that one? Can I get in that one?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
fucking
think there's
I'm not
anybody
even in
stopping
there.
just
you.
join.
I'll tell you what.
There's some wild shit in that group.
Whether it's married dad or single dads enjoy working with wood, that their own wood or somebody else's.
Well, I don't know if somebody else
I get
Wood
it.
from the earth, their
maybe
own
somebody
wood.
probably wouldn't become a
No,
dad.
there's
you know?
dads that
Men
want
who
to work
with other men's
with
woods
other
don't
dads'
typically
wood.
become dads unless they adopt.
Oh my!
They're not making their own.
Shit.
All right, how many
Work with
minutes
your
we
own
got
wood or
left?
somebody else's
Nick?
wood.
Time to dad's wood. We got
Time
like,
to-
I don't know, 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
You know,
Time to
Dale.
woodwork.
Dale,
Yes.
what? So your kids are older, and you have the experience. Just because I think it's like a legitimate experience, but your wife and yourself did not work out. I mean, you raised
Right.
your kids from afar.
not really. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I was about 45 minutes from them, so I was local enough to where I would see them quite a bit. But yeah, no, I was divorced from when they were young. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I didn't have them like full time.
Yeah.
That was my experience.
But
So
You bring a different aspect that we don't have. Like we're, as far as I know, everybody here in the group is married. Every one of us has younger kids, and you have the opposite that we don't have. You have the side where, like, unfortunately, you have gone through divorce. You have gone through that separate homes for your children. So, like, you're going to bring a lot of good insight that we literally don't have first point experience from.
yeah, man.
I mean, everybody has something to learn from else, right? Of course, we're here learning. I guess that's what the this is about, right? Like I'm learning. This is my first podcast. I appreciate the invitation. So
it only gets better.
We'll go down the rabbit. We'll go down the rabbit hole, and
it gets worse before it gets worse.
What do you do? Is there like choices like red pill, blue pill type of thing, or I don't know what it is. Like you just close your eyes, or you just go in both feet.
Dale,
we have a little bit of everything.
You strap in, or you just go. That's it. Tonight we're winging it. Is that right?
Well, we don't judge
Dale?
here. So
what's that?
Oh my god!
What's going on behind Dale? There's like people. What's happening?
People out there figuring, what the fuck knows what's going on in Pittsburgh? I don't know.
No, there's like there's somebody walking in the reflection of the window. Is there somebody in like an office?
Oh, I see him.
It's Pittsburgh. Probably some who knows.
Where are you, Dale? You're not. You live in New Hampshire. Where are you? Why are you in fucking Pittsburgh?
I didn't make it out of Pittsburgh.
This is the real topic of the show. I told the guy to go home and do the show. He's fucking. What are you in a library?
I'm at Burger King.
What the?
I guess.
Oh my god!
This guy's a fucking Burger King.
I'm at Burger King. Yeah.
I'm joking. The whole
Legend.
time.
How many people are staring at you right now?
I don't know. I mean, the hills have eyes in Pittsburgh, so you never know. I mean, you
Shut the fuck up,
yeah,
Dale.
you don't know what's happening out there.
You probably seem regular for being in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yeah, no, Pittsburgh.
I hear Pittsburgh can be a little rough.
Pittsburgh is rough.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh's rough too.
Pittsburgh's nice by comparison with freaking Pittsburgh. Believe me, that's like a vacation.
Wait, are we talking Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania?
No,
where are we talking
about?
about?
Massachusetts.
Pittsburgh,
I don't know where the fuck
Disney
that
World
is.
by comparison with here.
Oh.
Fitchburg, Massachusetts. That is one town over from where Dale and I work. So I told you to go to New Hampshire and do a show, and you went one town over, and tied a couple on, and
risking
ended
my
up at
life.
Burger.
Priorities,
I'm
man.
risking
He
my
needed
life
a
to do
he
this.
needed a Whopper and fries, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't help
I did actually
ad
have a
for the
Whopper.
Wi-Fi
As a matter of
at
fact,
Burger.
I did actually have a Whopper.
We were
as a matter of
concerned
fact.
about your
Look at that crisp
Dale.
bag.
Delicious.
We were concerned
Yep.
about your Wi-Fi. You've been at Burger
It's-
King this whole time, and it's been fine. The fuck is
It's not
going
bad,
on?
right? Good. This was the
His
problem.
Wi-Fi has been pretty good.
That's what I'm saying.
Thanks, Burger King.
Thank you, Burger King.
Yeah, they're paying the bills over here.
Should we
You know?
wrap it there?
They got that business line. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Thank you, Hyundai. Thank you, Hyundai.
yeah.
Thank you, Burger
Please
King.
give us
Thank you,
gift cards of your food.
to
Yeah.
Dad.
Not
Yeah.
sponsored yet, but could be.
We sponsored
Uh,
Burger King.
Thank you
This is a
guys.
low-key
Thank you guys for
Hyundai
hanging out.
Burger King.
I hope you had a good time meeting Dale. He'll be on some future episodes for sure. But as always, like and subscribe. Join the Facebook group. I think we got about 85 dads up in there now. I'm hoping to grow that group so we can do some live stuff and some other cool interactions that I'm not going to talk about that we have in the pipeline. But again, as always, thanks for hanging out and stay tuned for the next episode. See ya.
All right.